For the final exam, I have decided to work with the client Coca-Cola. After discussing with Coca-Cola, they have presented me with three objectives they would like to accomplish. They would first like to increase their sales in the Midwest by 15% in the next year, and they would also like to increase positive perceptions by 10% in Minneapolis specifically by September of 2018. The final thing the client would like is to increase consumers' knowledge of their support for the Community Connection Partnership in Minneapolis by 10% by December of 2018. In an effort to accomplish these goals, my company has chosen four tools to be implemented within the next year. For the campaign, we have decided on the theme Hand Off Happiness and using the hashtag of Share a Coke. This tagline was inspired by a combination of campaigns like the Open Happiness campaign, which ran from 2009 to 2015, and the Share a Coke campaign that ran in 2011. Here you can see what some of the signs may look like for the campaign. We decided to find inspiration from past campaigns to create a tagline so we could create a sense of nostalgia for our consumers. For example, people will remember seeing or hearing the Share a Coke campaign from years ago and associate it with the brand and other good memories that took place during that time. Our major selling idea would be brand imaging. Hand Off Happiness and hashtag Share a Coke associates drinking Coke with being happy. It is very easy to share or hand off a Coke, and by doing so, you are essentially spreading happiness. In order to launch this campaign, we will use four different communication tools, the first being TV advertisements. The TV advertisements are going to mainly focus on increasing positive perceptions. My company would create a TV advertisement that showed people in all different places, anywhere from a beach to a pool to a house to a mall, a kitchen, etc., handing off Cokes with big smiles on their faces. I would also have people from all different races and genders in my advertisements because Coke is made for everyone and can make anyone happy. This would be perfect for Minneapolis because our city has a lot of diversity in some areas, and other places in the Midwest are the same way. My advertisements would be played across the country because Coke is very popular throughout the United States, but we'd spend a majority of our airtime focused on the Midwest. The advertisements would be shot in locations found in the Midwest rather than places like the East Coast or West Coast. My plan is to have these commercials run Monday through Thursday during primetime TV because that is when our target market is getting home from work and turning on their TVs. Even though Thursdays are a big night for younger people to go out, it is still a huge night for TV with shows like Grey's Anatomy and Scandal being played. I would also like to run our advertisement during sports games because soda is known to be a very popular non-alcoholic drink that is consumed while watching the big game. Another tool we would use to get our message across and drive sales would be a sales promotion. My idea is that Coke would run a promotion like a buy one, get one, either free or 50% off. The incentive would focus on promoting the whole idea of handing off and sharing the second Coke you received with your purchase. The third tool we would use would be direct marketing, and we would use this tool in two ways. One being to promote our sales promotion, thus driving sales, and the other to increase consumers' knowledge of Coke's support for the Community Connection Partnership in Minneapolis. One of the mailings would be focused on Coke's buy one get one promotion and would have a picture of a person handing the second Coke off to another person. And this is what the front of the card would look like, and then the back would explain the sales promotion. This mailing would be sent throughout the entire Midwest because we are focused on increasing sales throughout that area. The second direct mailing would be sent to people residing in the Twin Cities and would focus on the upcoming Community Connection Partnership events. Coke would send a mailing out in June, August, and November to promote their upcoming events. The final communication tool we would use would include a public relations campaign. My company would consider this to be our most effective tool for this campaign. Our PR campaign would include a series of volunteer events that would be open to the public. These events would be held around Minneapolis-St. Paul area and would be promoting Coke's support for the Community Connection Partnership. I plan on hosting these events in June and August to promote handing off happiness throughout the summer, and November to promote handing off happiness throughout the holiday season. One Coke-sponsored event could be held during the Uptown Art Fair in August. We would use direct mailing and social media to create a buzz about our event. My idea is that the disabled adults who are members of the Community Connection Partnership could design paper cups with markers, colored pencils, paints, etc., and they would then be filled with free samples for the disabled adults to hand off to fairgoers. We would then promote picture taking with the sample distributors and would encourage people to use our hashtag Share a Coke on different social media sites. Our booth would then have some of the Coke products for sale, so if they liked the samples, they could then purchase the full sizes. This event would essentially promote sales, create a positive perception in Minneapolis, and increase consumers' knowledge of Coke's support of the Community Connection Partnership because you will be able to see Coke employees volunteering and working with the disabled adults who are in direct connection with this nonprofit. All in all, I believe that these four communication tools will be able to cover Coca Cola's objectives while still remaining feasible. Sales will be increased by focusing on direct marketing and sales promotion, and positive perceptions will be increased by the TV advertisements. The PR campaign will then be the most effective because it will be focusing on all three of Coke's objectives. The tools and ideas listed above do not do anything too crazy, but in the end could be very effective in driving sales, increasing positive perceptions, and increasing the knowledge of the nonprofit that Coke supports.